the waiting room. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to the waiting room. Whoa, whoa, what a month! What a month already. I am so happy and so glad that we had the opportunity to celebrate our country, Nigeria, in the month of October. I was saying something this morning in my status that during the last month, God gave me a leading about this whole thing. Celebrate Nigeria in the month of October, and it wasn't making sense to me at that point. I never knew there was going to be NSAS. I never knew there was going to be any form of protest when God was giving me the idea of what I should do in the waiting room in the month of October. But playing back right now, it all makes serious sense. And the word he gave us the new Nigeria, the Nigerian of our dream. And I was like, I mean, I didn't understand, but no, in hindsight, I look back and now understand clearly why he gave the topic and why he said we should celebrate Nigeria. Nigeria, we all know, is our country, great nation. It has potentials, to be the giant of Africa, but it's a sleeping giant. And we all know what is happening around. We all know what's happening right now, end SARS, end corruption, and end everything bad that is making us not grow as a nation. With this, we welcome you to the waiting room. And throughout the month of October, we'll be celebrating Nigeria. We brought the kiddies, and the first week, last week we had the youth, and today we have the Queen of Talk, Miss Joyce Daniel, with us today. So we'll welcome the Queen of Talk, the founder of the Talk Academy, Miss Joyce Daniels. Woo!
Woo! Thank you so much for having me. Good evening. Thank you, Joyce.
Yeah, the waiting room is actually a Christian program. So we pray before we start and at the end of the program. So let me just share one of prayer. Father, we thank you for our country, Nigeria, our gathering this evening, oh God. Father, for those that will listen in, for those that will join this program and or watch later, I ask, oh God, that please just be an inspiration for them to be a voice, oh God, that will speak hope, to the youth of this nation.
Amen.
Which is in the generation that will lead this promised land. We believe in Nigeria and we plead, oh God, and we ask, oh God, that cleanse our land, heal our land. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Waiting room. And for all those joining for the first time, is the waiting room, an online transformational program that helps us live our life daily. So anything you do, your work, everything you do, how can you motivate yourself to ensure that you live that life that Jesus wants you to live? That's what we'll discuss here. Faith conversations, basically. But this month we had the leading. God told us to celebrate Nigeria. When I heard it, I was like, celebrate Nigeria. The first week, when I was putting videos together and doing everything on October 1st, I got a lot of clap back. A lot of people called me out. This Nigeria, where there's no water, there's no light, we are all suffering. What are you celebrating about Nigeria? I'm like, don't worry. You think I don't have the same issue? But life depends on perspective, how we are looking at it and how we are seeing this thing. And so we celebrated with the children, with the youth. For the first we had the children, and they came and they spoke about the Nigeria of their dream. And then the youth came last week, and then before this whole EndSARS thing now started, I'm like, oh, I guess this is the reason God gave me this topic for this month of and then that's like, who is the best person to bring in? And I said, yes, Joyce Daniel. Nigeria,
thank you.
Nigeria in always. So please, Joyce, welcome to the waiting room. Thank you for availing. She's a very busy person, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to introduce yourself. A lot of people joined in just to ensure that. Let me go hear from her. So who is Joyce Daniel? Please tell us. You're welcome to the waiting room, Joyce Daniel.
Thank you. Joyce is a fun, loving, talkative. I'm number 7 of 9 children. I'm a member of the Dodo gang. I am a true unapologetic optimist, believer in Nigeria, nation builder. I talk for a living. Some days I talk as a master of ceremonies. Some days I talk as a trainer of mindset or mindset coaching. Some days I talk as a public speaking coach. Some days I talk as a motivator and inspirer to people about finance, uh, nation building, and more. Other days I talk as a mom. Some days I talk as a sister and a friend. I like to enjoy life. I believe that I'm giving life to enjoy, and I've been given everything that makes for a good life, and I've been given in abundant measures. I believe in living to the fullest. I believe in the Trinity. I believe in purpose and destiny. I believe in be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion. That's Joyce Daniels.
Joyce Daniels, thank you so much. Then thank you so much. People seem like this. What the why she having green all over? Well, inspired by Joyce Daniels. Joyce Daniel, I'll call her the green, white, green. Miss Nigeria, leave all these beauty queens. She's the original Miss Nigeria. So I want to start by saying what inspired that color. I see all the time she's always repping green. Doesn't she get tired of wearing this green and white? So where did it all start? What inspired your brand color? Because really, I really want to know. Over to you.
2016, I was getting ready for work one day, and I asked myself, why are you doing all these things you're doing? Why are you working? Why are you so committed? So I was introspecting and soliloquizing. And the response was quite simple and straightforward. I'm doing what I do for the betterment of my country, Nigeria, for different reasons. One, I have heard several times in my life, where people say, the Nigerian factor. Nigerian factor meaning something will be done shabbily because of the Nigerian factor. I am a living proof that is a fallacy. People are shabby because people are shabby, not because they are Nigerians. I'm a woman of excellence, so I am changing the narrative in my field that the Nigerian factor is about excellence depending on who is carrying the flag. So I decided to wear the flag. And that was as simple as why I started wearing green, in honor of my nation, in celebration of my nation, to represent the truth that we can be all we should be if we decide to be it. I wanted to get to a point where people would want to be associated with their country color, with their country, not just because of not because of what the country can do for them, but because of what they are doing. I associate with Nigeria so much more because of what I am doing for Nigeria, not the other way around. I don't believe that God put me on earth to collect from Nigeria. No, he put me here to be fruitful and bless Nigeria. So I started wearing green and white in 2016 to work. By 2017, 18, I started wearing it all the time. Now, if I show you my wardrobe here, everything inside here is green and white. That's it. As simple as that, in honor of my country. It was not supposed to be a branding issue, brand anything. I didn't think about brand at that time. I just thought about my commitment to country. It was later I started hearing, oh, brand. I was like, oh, there's such a thing. Eh? All right, that's fine. Let's keep going.
That's what passion does for you. That's what passion does. Because when you will be doing, never knew you were going to carve out a niche for yourself. Because I still can't remember anybody that wears green and white tonight. I still can't remember. If there's someone, please let me know. You're the only person that I know that yes, it's a niche already. It's a niche. If anybody comes after the person that probably saw you and was inspired by you, So when you were doing it, you knew that it was going to be your brand. You just did it out of love for country. Now, this question, this your response will make me make me take this follow-up question. So during the independence celebration, I flipped through my WhatsApp status, and I saw out of 100%, what do you call the status? I saw that like only 10 people celebrated Nigeria, like 10%. Every other person had their regular, no Nigerian flag, no nothing, so nothing to celebrate, and I was really pained. I think one of the problems of this country is that we are not patriotic about our country, Nigeria. You see, Black Lives Matter, everybody, our status will change. You see Chadwick, what's his name? The other guy that died, the Chadwick Bosman, what's his name? He died, everybody, our status, peace in France, everybody, Facebook, everybody. But it's Nigeria. Apart from the NSAS thing that is now, everybody's building the momentum. When it was October, the I don't know how you viewed it from my, because I want a restaurant, but the celebration was low. Nobody was interested in celebrating Nigeria. I think we have issues with patriotism. What's your take on that? Are we patriotic about our country, Nigeria?
Let me flip that and take it away from patriotism and talk about gratitude, daily gratitude, grateful for little blessings, as it were, and link it with visionary, being able to see tomorrow. I'll take out of the book of Numbers, 12 people were sent to spy out the promised land of Canaan. 10, a solid 10, more than 80%, came back with negative report. They could not have been patriotic because they could not see what God had said. Neither could they be grateful for the opportunity to take. Only two believed because of what had been said from God. So, coming back to Nigerians, how many of us could really see that indeed these giants will wake up? We're few. So, I've never been angry with those who were blind, in quotes, because a whole 10 could not believe what God said, even when they were told directly. So, the Nigerians who probably have not even heard anything from God per se, how do I expect them to believe? So, patriotism is from a place of deep understanding of future and gratitude for how far we've come. People who are not patriotic, go and check their daily lives. Guess what? Many of them are unhappy on their jobs, unhappy in their families. They don't see a future even in what they do. Look, it's a universal, what do I call it? It's a universal behavior. Those who believe in a country will also believe in a cause, will also believe in family, will also believe in XYZ. So I won't just blame it on Nigerians about patriotism or not. It will be about seeing, understanding future, and being grateful for the little victories, one after the other. Which, yes, will tell on patriotism. They don't believe because they've also accepted the things that people have said. This country no better. This we're not going anywhere. Everything they have, people are many people are porous. They listen to all sorts of nonsense. They let it get in. Let it seep in. They are led by their environments. They don't lead the environment. They are led by. So they are not. You will see that they're not dream chasers. Anybody who is not a dream chaser cannot believe in the place they live, regardless of where it is. It's a sad situation. But that's why we're here, to change the narrative. That's why we're here.
Okay. Thank you so much. I caught that one. Gratitude. If you are grateful, you will appreciate. So please, if you're watching, just be grateful. You should be grateful that you are not in Afghanistan, in a war-torn country. You should be grateful that you can wake up, go to work. You have food to eat. You have where to lay your head. At least if you start from there, you will now appreciate Nigeria. Nigeria is not the land of our dreams. But I'm sure we will get there. We will now wait to there. So the front burner enough being said, and SARS and corruption and everything and SWAT and everything. My sister, it's becoming a movement. Let me start by saying, please, do you have an idea of who is behind this movement? And where are we going? Where do you see this thing going? Where do you see this? Who started this movement? Any information about it? Because you're in the media world, maybe you have an information for us. Who started it? Where are we going? Where do you see this thing going in the next few days, few months?
I'm trying to get his name out. His name is Segun Awosonya Sega, aka Sega. He's
really there's a
yes. He started the movement in 2017. He
Okay.
was the first person to start the End SARS movement on Twitter in 2017, even
Okay.
though it took 3 years for it to grow to what it is. So let's also take cognizance of the fact that End SARS didn't start in one day. When he was a lone
Okay.
voice, he continued until it caught on. For those who were looking for instant solution, it does not exist anywhere in the world. He's been at it for 3 years. That also tells me that he has been a patriot for longer than three, a believer
Yes.
in the voice of the people. So that's him. Thank you. That's him. So he has been at it, he has been on the journey. How did we grow together to this point?
Okay. So
Countless of us have
that is
believed. Yes, that's his picture. Countless of us have believed in the power of our voices. And so we've been speaking in different corners of our different worlds. The time has just come for us to collaborate. I have said this. My friends, people who are very close to me, have been calling this period. They've been saying, Joyce, this is what you have been saying for years. I have been saying it that
hmm,
a time is coming and is very close. I wasn't trying to speak, under saying the Holy Spirit led me. No, 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 no. It's just understanding times and seasons. There comes a time when you get so tired, you revolt. I knew that time was coming because if I am so restless in my 30s, how about those in their 20s? My son, who is almost 18, they are even more restless. So the time was coming for a revolution. It was inevitable. It was bound to happen. SARS was only the match that lit the fire. So where are we going with this? We are going already to the point of asking for governance to change. The way Nigeria has been run will change. And I bet you, I kid you not, nothing is going to slow down until all our needs are met.
hmm,
If you know
hmm,
the number of people outside on the street right now as we speak across cities in Nigeria, I dare say I'm going to finish from here and I'm going to sleep out there with one of the teams. We are not joking because this is not about some part of our lives.
hmm.
This is our life. In the next few days, we're going to see the open panels. What do they call them? The tribunals, so to speak. There's a word for it now, where they will be trying some SARS officers. We're going to start seeing them from tomorrow. They'll be broadcast live. Yes.
Wow.
We're going to start seeing some announcements being made about changing in cost of governance. They will happen within the next 10 days. It's it's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming.
We
Yes.
can't kill dead men. Many of us have been dead to self. We can't die again. So we're
Hmm,
not afraid. The
hmm,
people in
hmm.
the front lines are not afraid to die. They're already dead. So anybody who thinks this is just a phase, please tie your belt. Don't miss out. This is the time when the two are taking the promised land. The 10 who don't believe will drop on the way and there will be no space for you. As simple as that. So take dressing and join in. Elijah said to God, I have served you. I am tired. This woman is now coming for my life. And God said, hold on. There are 7,000 others who have not bowed their knee. Those 7,000 are now awake at the city gates. Those
Hmm,
7,000 are now awake at the city gates. The lonesome prophets will not have to be alone anymore.
hmm.
Those other 7,000 have come out. That's where we are. That's where I see it. And until we get it, we're going nowhere.
Okay, Joyce, you heard her. You heard her. Until we get it, we are going nowhere. Something amazes me about this whole protesting. the way it's being organized, the way, is an international standard thing. Did you see the candlelight procession in Lagos? Do you have an idea of who is behind? There should be some thick form of, I don't know, organization behind this whole thing. We can't lay our hands on anything, but I don't know if you have the way everything is going is so smooth. You see people contributing money for the less privileged. Everybody is out. There's food, there's water. What's your take on that? How did we get this organized? I'm still trying to wonder.
Our spirits connect. Full stop. Don't think about it too far. Our spirits connect. I've taught this for so many years. When you desire something so strongly, the universe aligns to make it happen. It happens all the time. You want to buy something. The next thing you see that everything starts falling into place for you. Before you know it, you're able to buy it. You think of an idea. You think of somebody so long, before you know it, the person calls you. And you go, I was just thinking about this person yesterday. And they called, yes. Right? You desire a red car. The next thing you start seeing red cars everywhere on the streets, right? We attract from the universe what we constantly think of. So because we've all been in our different silos, right? Expecting and attracting other like minds. I wish we've connected in what I might call the cosmos. We don't need physical arrangement. See, the worlds were created by the words of his power. What we have said in the privacy of ourselves is now happening in public eye. So it seems like there is no leader or there is no coordination. We've been coordinating in our minds for years. Like minds, thinking the same thing. So the moment we start acting, we act in sync. So who is our leader? All of us who have been thinking about it. All of us who have said we are not leaving this country until we fix it. Many of us have said it, we have vowed it, we have prayed it, we have sang it, we have chanted it. The 7,000, those 7,000 that have been saying it, the figurative 7,000 that have refused to bow to the pressure of this Nigeria no go better. We are coordinated in spirit, and this has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with cosmic power, because we belong in the cosmos. We have the sun, the moon, the earth, and we are made to operate in this world, even though we are not of it. So the world, the forces in the world are working together in our good. Our minds are sinking. That's exactly what's happening. We are coordinated in spirit.
Yes.
I will say that anyway.
Joyce, I cannot agree less. Yesterday, I was in the prayer walk / protest and everything yesterday morning, and I saw the people that came out. For Christians, the Celestials were there, Anglicans were there, Catholics were there. Protestants are like, I'm like, woo! Unity of purpose. Nobody's looking at denomination anymore. Everybody came out. And I was like, yes. So we can so something can bring us together. It's been a long time coming. Just see people, moving us back. We are not progressing. Number one. Number two, we don't even have options. You see all the political parties, they come out for elections, and you see the options we have. You weep. So we're talking about reform. Talking about what are the actionable steps do you want to see? Okay, these are the things we want to see before we know that this country is going forward. Then we will leave the street. What do you think the government should be doing? What in their what do you call it now? Is it meeting room or brainstorming room? Of course, I know they are running helter-skelter trying to brainstorm on what. So if you are in their shoes, what would you advise them? This is what I think you should do. We never can tell what is video.
I would advise them to listen to the requests, the 7-point demand of the people. Well, it's 7 on paper, but it's more than 7 in reality. Let me
What are
read
the
from
7-point
my
demand, please?
notes here. Institutional reforms,
Mhm.
starting with police and security agencies. Institutional reforms, including psychological reevaluation, reorientation, and physical reforms, from their buildings to uniforms to salaries to XYZ. That's number one. Number two, revision of cost of governance. Our political and appointed leaders earn too much for what they do, and what
Yes,
they earn should be
yes.
enough to support other institutions, government agencies, and ministries. Number three, constitution reform. We do need to see an improvement in the constitution. Some bills that have been thrown out, some points in the constitution need to be revisited. As simple as that. Number four, education reforms. We need to retrain our educators. We need to redress the people who are educators, redress their salaries, redress living conditions, redress everything about the education system, teaching aids and more. Health reforms also, which will come with the bill. Is it a bill now or something? The demand that people who are elected, appointed, or employed by government can no longer patronize foreign educational or health facilities. If you work for the government, you must use government health and educational institutions. As simple as that. Number six is youth development reforms, which is very closely linked to education, from vocational studies to orientation to XYZ. And finally, number seven, public office reforms. These are just the headlines of the seven. Of course, to execute all these seven, there are so many other things that need to be done under these seven. And the truth is
So
that
among
we can
seven,
begin to see results.
among the seven, how many have they attended to?
The
Have there
security
six? Is there
reforms
a
are
response
starting.
to- Okay,
The
that's
security
number one.
reforms are starting. Number one, institutional
Okay.
reforms. I want to believe that within the week, we would begin to hear reports of review of cost of governance. Everything will have to happen at the same time. None of them will be mutually exclusive. They will all have to go on simultaneously, but we'll begin to hear of the gradual changes. Some things will happen over, not overnight, but faster than others. But the thing is, people are going to be on the streets protesting until they are all done.
Okay, so our admin will play a video now. I just wanted to watch that short video, then I will ask a question about your view about that video.
Okay.
Please go ahead with the video, admin. Okay.
Be blind to Africa anymore. See, part of the reason why some African leaders get on with their crime.
My mic muted.
Be blind to Africa anymore. See, part of the reason why some African leaders get away with their crimes is because they know the world will turn a blind eye to it. These bad, corrupt leaders feel above the law because no one cares. It is the very fact that we don't care about all lives equally that Nigeria and many other countries face such big issues. And so I went on the internet and did some research on how much exactly people don't care. The outcry of Nigerian people has a couple 100,000 views on a huge network, BBC, while the recent American protests gathered tens of millions.
Okay, looks like the video met some technical difficulties there, but I think the summary of the video is some guy saying if it's France, if it's every other, but if it's America, the whole world picks it up. But now this is Nigeria. How come some lives matter than other lives? Nigeria is a big country. We know most populous nation in Africa, and this kind of thing is happening. How come America is not talking? How come Britain is not talking? How come, so why is it that some lives are more superior than some lives? So I think it's starting a movement that all lives matter. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I support him. That is his own contribution to the cause, and I support him. It's nothing new. Our news has never been big in the front line. We won the Olympics. We got a silver medal in the 4x400 race in the Sydney 2000 Olympics. We were shown on screen for all of maybe 6 seconds, even though we won a silver medal. It's always been. It's always been. And I'm not angry with anybody because we allowed it. Nobody tells your story but you. How do we know so much about the US and the UK and co? The entertainment industry, they tell
So yeah,
stories. We've started telling our stories. You're seeing Nigerian movies on Netflix more. So we've gradually started telling our stories. The truth is the world does not, nobody on earth tells your story except you have told it yourself first. It's not done anywhere in the world. So we've started telling our story. It's the same for every human being. So we've all started telling our story and it will catch on gradually.
Okay, so in an interview in 2017, you said emphatically that millennials would be the ones who would take this country to the promised land. Why were you so certain about that? That was 2017.
Yes. And I'm sure I made that statement also in 2012 and 2014 and 2017. Thankfully, it was now caught on video. Like I said, it was an understanding of times and seasons. When people get to a point of frustration, they fight back. We had started gradually getting to that point of frustration where strong-minded, intelligent, educated people will fight back. And when I say educated, I don't mean orthodox education. I mean people wey sabi something. Whether it's street education or school education or some level of exposure, it was bound to happen. I could see my generation were restless people who are considered stubborn. We are not conformists. We tend to talk back. Be people before us, you tell them sit, they sit. You tell us sit, we ask why. So we had the characteristics of people who are able to talk back to leadership. And of course, every generation that will come after us will only be better, in quote, in terms of talking back and asking why. Our children are attending schools where they don't teach ABC, they teach Abaka. So they want to understand the reason behind a sound. Why is A also A and E? They are asking questions. My son is going to be 18 next month. He didn't learn ABC the way I did. A for apple, B for ball. No, it was S, D, F, Sh, M. And so he could read faster. So when somebody says, come and spell A for apple, he's like, don't just tell me A for apple. A is also for aeroplane and this and that, because he could sound them, meaning he's being taught to think slightly better than I was taught. Anybody who can think better will ask questions, and when answers are not given, they'll hold you accountable. So I knew it was starting with us. Yes,
definitely. Yes, definitely. This is the generation that talks back. They are ready to, they're not afraid of. I saw a video of a young man.
I will tell you to get up.
Yes, the guy, the army man brought his gun, and he faced it at this young man. The man said, "Shoot! How many of us you want kill? Shoot!" I was like, "Whoa!"
Now you go tire. We're already dead men. How many you want kill? Yes,
exactly. So I can see that this generation that they're ready. They're ready.
Yes, we are.
I just admire their courage. This is not my generation. I'm older than you people, so let me not claim your them. And my own is to support. And I have the courage, strength, ready to see them sleeping outside the street.
Yes.
I've been seeing those videos. I've never slept with them. I only went to match, but these videos go around sleeping with them with blankets, WhatsApp, and when they finish eating their food, they clear up this mess. I mean, these people know where they are going. Yes, they know what they want. They know what they want already, so they don't even want anyone to direct them on what to do.
Yes.
So 2020 is a year we will not forget in a hurry.
Never.
Scripture describes sons of Issachar as those who understand the times. That's what you've been echoing. In your opinion, you've talked about the times. The times we're in are very dangerous times for the people that don't understand. But if you are a spiritual person and you follow times and seasons, you know that these times, if you think you have power is about to change hands.
It's changed.
You understand? So that's one thing I know that a lot of people in power right now will be scared of. Number two, they don't even know who to call, to negotiate or to bribe. That's another dilemma. So they don't even know what angle to come from. Another thing I want to say is, as we are namesakes, Joyce, and I see that we are firm believers of speaking positivity to our country, Nigeria.
Yes.
I'm very positive about the country. I've had so many opportunities to leave the country. I said, no, I will go and come back. We die here. If we all leave this Nigeria, who will make them better? Other countries are better. Europe, these people made those countries. So if we don't stay behind to ensure that this country moves forward, who will do it for us? Our generation, I would say, we're not like you people that came out all the way out. So this generation, we are all ready to support for people for my generation and older people are ready to support, because at the end of the day, we dey shame. Say, look at what we couldn't do. This is what all these people are doing. So the least we can do is to support. But Miss Joyce, in few words, how come I'm not able to read the charts? I see people send the chat, but I'm not. Generation courage, just talk and talk. Okay, then Miss Precious, thank you so much. See my text from here. I don't know what's happening on my own end, but I can see that people are sending a message, but I can't read it from here. So, in a few words, describe the Nigeria of your dreams. What is the Nigeria that you want to see? Children,
the Nigeria of my dreams.
When we see go ahead.
The Nigeria of my dreams, and I dare say I will be alive to see it all happen. It's not just my children who will experience it. I will experience it. Is a Nigeria where everything works. As simple as that. Institutions work. Infrastructures work. Facilities work. People work, minds are working. That's as simple as it gets, where everything works. A Nigeria where more than ever before, we protect collective good over personal good. It has begun. It is right here with us. It will grow. I've said it so many times on different platforms. Don't tell me we don't care for each other. If you get to the market and you go to a stall to buy gari and the seller is not there, the man in the next stall who also sells gari will come to that stall and sell it to you and say, now my neighbor get them. Make I give you gari, keep money for them. It has been happening since we were born. That has never changed. That alone has given me hope since I was a child. Don't you dare tell me that we don't care for each other. As long as the man or the woman in the market still sells for neighbors, we care. The people who say we don't care for each other are the people who don't care. I can never say that because I know I care. So I can never, not even in a drunken state, say it. So when I hear somebody says, we don't care, you don't care. I know you saying it, you don't care. That's why you're saying it.
Yes,
That
yes, I
care,
agree. I agree.
that primary care for collective good has begun and will spread. That's the Nigeria of my dream. And I dare say it's here already. It's here.
It's here already. It's here already. You heard that? You heard Joyce Diner, the Nigeria of our dreams is here already. So I saw a video. We're about to round up. Our time is up. I saw a video of some guy calling for iron hand. I don't know if you saw that video. Iron hand.
Hmm.
Let's use iron hand for the. I've forgotten his name, but he's saying that Buhari is not handling this matter very well. They need iron hand. So I don't understand the kind of iron hand, whether he wants to go to the streets and kill everybody. So I don't understand what he means by iron hand. So he's saying Buhari is not owning this struggle very much. Come out and deal with all these people blocking the streets. Iron hand. What's your take? I don't know if you saw that video, but what's your take about the iron hand issue?
I didn't see the video, and
So
I
yes,
don't support, or well, more like from my understanding of iron hand, anybody saying that right now is already a misguided person who needs to be, and I will not mince words, who needs to be eliminated. I am not mincing words here.
eliminated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So eliminated doesn't mean killed. The person
Oh
can
yeah, yeah.
be removed from
Just
authority,
take.
can be muted, can be
Mhm, mhm.
shifted. I am not mincing words. Eliminated could also mean the person needs to be reorientated. I hope that English is correct. Yes.
Reorientated, yeah.
So that's just an ignorant person who's used to doing things a certain way, and the person needs to be schooled. As simple as
Good.
that. And maybe if you share the video with me, I wouldn't mind reaching him privately if I can, just to give him some schooling. I can make that phone call. I don't mind. I've never been afraid of calling anybody. I will.
I saw the lesson. I don't know if I downloaded. If I get the video, I will send it to you. But I saw it
I
on
beg,
the
send
Twitter
me or
or
send me the link. Yeah.
sent to you. Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Joyce Daniel, for joining the waiting room this evening. I have so many
Thank
chats
you,
coming through. I don't
ma'am.
know from your end. Can you see the chat from your end? I actually wanted to
I
read
can
out
see
some
a
of
few,
those chats
yes.
because
I can see a few of the chats, yes.
okay, so please read your end. I think I'm having some issues here. I can't see my chats at all. So if you
Patience
can see, please help.
Obroku says this
Okay.
struggle will never be in vain. Kudos, Joyce Daniels. God bless you abundantly. Thank you so much, Patience. Loretta Eloho Malaka says, "Oh, fire! It's here already." Omasheye Oscar Nisiama said, "It's a day with the Joyces at today's waiting room." Yeah, those are some of the comments I can see from my end. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you
guys.
so much for gracing our stage today. Thank
My
you so
honor,
much.
my
We look forward to it
privilege.
because this conversation is going to continue. We're not
Yes.
ending it here. We need to move it to the next level and the next until we get to our promised land. So I'm very, very
Yes.
sure we'll have you again
Yes.
sometime very soon to
Thank
continue
you.
conversation.
Thank you.
And see,
Thank
very
you.
passionate about. I am very passionate about the country. I don't want our people to leave the country. Tony said something. Joyce Daniel is
Thank you,
amazing
Tony.
with deep insight. I cannot read mine
Thank you,
with deep
Tony.
insight. Yes, and passion. You can see passion. You can see passion for country. People always ask me, people, why are you so passionate about this country? Is it because you are making money from the country? Is it because it's good for you? I say, so, the same problem that you have, I have it. I don't have lights. I don't have roads. We all generate these things ourselves. But because I refuse to allow it to weigh me down. I look for the good. Like you talked about gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, are
Yes.
you happy to be alive? First, are you happy that you have a place? Are you happy that you have a country called Nigeria? That it's not a war-torn country. Your kids can go to school, you can go to work, everything is fine. At least let's be happy about that, first, then we can continue the other conversation. Somebody has started a movement. How many of you have come out to join that movement? Ask yourself that question.
Yes.
If you have not come out to join that movement, you're doing this country a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice. Guess what? The fight is for all of us.
Yes.
Fight is for all of us and not just one person. For everybody. It's for life to be better for everybody. You see these young people today. Did you see the video of the woman that they contributed money for? The woman that came to sell groundnuts in the Lekki toll gate. I don't know if you saw that video too.
Wow. No, I haven't seen it.
To sell groundnut for the people in the protesters, and they put this trade and say, "Madam, how much?" I think they contributed over 500,000. Somebody said 1 million, somebody said 2 million, different amounts, but they contributed. The woman was crying instantly. That's when you talk about
the same Nigerians,
about ourselves,
the same us.
Yes,
it's here.
We care about our.
It's here.
We are passionate about our people, and really, at this time, everybody's tired. Everybody's tired. We need to move this country forward. How we want to do them, we don't know, but we just need to move ahead. We need to move this forward. That's what everybody's saying. In simple terms, we just need to move forward. I hope the authorities are watching. I hope they are hearing us. We've told them the kind of Nigeria that we want. We want to witness that Nigeria, not just our children. And I think the time is now. It has started, movement has started, and we are ready to support this generation to ensure that they take us to the promised land. Thank you so much for joining the waiting room, everybody.
Thank you for hosting all of us.
God bless you. God bless everyone for joining the waiting room. Follow us on our YouTube channel at Joyce Ugbosu Success Channel, and on Instagram, Joyce.Ugbosu at Joyce.Ugbosu, and that Facebook, Ambassador Joyce Ugbosu. Joyce Daniels, please tell them your handle and what you do before we close. I know you have talk. Tell them what you do.
Yes. On YouTube, I am Joyce Daniels. On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I am Joyce Daniels. I am Joyce Daniels. I train right now in improving the mindset. That's my core. I've just switched over in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I used to be a full-time public speaking trainer and master of ceremonies. I'm still a master of ceremonies. That's my job, my 9 to 5. But now I coach people in mindset re-engineering, how to have the mind for the life you really want, how to gain the confidence and the courage to follow the dreams that you really have. That's what I do. And I love it. I've done it for so long, not as a profession, but now I've taken it on as a cloak. I'm ready to do it full time. And I absolutely love it. I think right. I believe that the way I think has favored me and opened doors for me. And so I want to teach other people to think like me. As simple as that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, you have it this week's episode. Thank you, everybody that have graced us.
Thank you.
Our children, and then Emmanuel Mokide, Unuigbe, and what's the other? Toyin. Okay, and then last week we had Loretta Malaka, we had Toyin, we had Tomiwa, Ezekiel Ibe, and Mr. Boma, and then this week Ms. Joyce Daniel. Thank you all for helping us celebrate Nigeria. Thank you for wishing Nigeria good, and the Lord will continue to keep this country.
Amen.
so. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Alright, so compatriots, Nigeria call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom, in freedom, peace and unity. Arise, my people, arise, my people. Nigeria call obey. Anywhere you go, anywhere you go.
So